Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I try to do extension, yeah. See whether will it be any problem. Because I can't see anyone when I do share my PowerPoint.
Please wait.
Please wait. Okay. Can you see my screen moving or?
Yes. We will see your screen.
Can you see the slide?
Yes.
Second slide, yes.
Yes.
Okay, now I will try to make it into a PowerPoint view because sometimes I'm having a problem when I do in PowerPoint view. When I click to next page, it doesn't work.
Yes, it's okay, Betty.
Oh, okay. So is this okay? Are you guys can see clearly? Then I don't have to put it in the big. Okay.
Yes, we can see clearly.
Okay, good. We're still waiting for students, right? Let me go to the toilet first, okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, shall we start the webinar?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is 𝐿𝐚. I am digital marketer from EVS Myanmar. Today, I am a assistant host for today webinar. Hello ကျောင်းသားကျောင်းသူတို့မင်္ဂလာပါရှင်ဒီနေ့ကတော့ University of Reading ဘက်ကrep နဲ့ဒီမလေးရှား campus မှာဒီတက်ရောက်လို့ရနိုင်မဲ့ major တွေနဲ့ဒီမလေးရှားမှာlifestyle နေပြီးတော့ဘယ်လို major တွေက popular ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတာကိုဒီကျောင်းဘက်က rep ကနေပြီးတော့ပြောကြားပေးသွားမှာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ် Hello buddy
Yep.
yeah now you can start your presentation
Okay, sure. Can just to double check, you guys can see my slide, right?
yes
Okay, great. First of all, I would like to thank you, EEVS, for inviting me for these sessions, and thank you for inviting the students to come here to have these sessions. Now, first of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Betty Goh. I'm actually from the University of Reading. Hence, my portfolio very much on speaking to international students like you guys. Introduce you guys to come to Reading, Malaysia, study here in Malaysia, but getting a UK degree. Or if you think that you want to study in UK after 1 year or 2 years in Malaysia, you want to transfer to the UK, you are allowed to do so. So today is very much for me to introduce to you what we offer in University of Reading, number one. Number two, what are the programs that we offer entirely as a University of Reading, not just Malaysia. Okay, so if I'm too fast, just let us know, or maybe let EEVS know that I'm too fast. Ask me to slow down a bit. If not, if you have any questions, just leave in the chat room, or you can actually ask the questions when the session ends. Okay. Now, first of all, University of Reading basically it's top 20% in the world institution for the past 10 years. Currently, 2025, 2026, we are ranked top 200, 194 in the world ranking, yeah. And then in the UK ranking, we are ranked number 25. So basically, we has been at the top 200 for the past 10 years plus. Okay. For University of Reading, we have 3 campuses. Two is actually in London, two is actually in Reading, which is in UK, and one in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. Now the two in the UK basically located at Reading itself. Reading is a city whereby it's just 23 minutes by train to London. Hence, a lot of students, or if let's say you guys think that London is very expensive, I want to go to Reading, which is away from the hectic, away from the business, then Reading will be one of the preferred locations because it's so convenient that you can actually go down to London anytime. So 𝐻𝐚𝐥𝐻𝐿 campus basically offer all the program. In UK, we have about 300 program, undergraduate program, and 100 plus postgraduate program. Most of the program are actually offered at 𝐻𝐚𝐥𝐻 UK, and then we only offer architecture in education in London Road. So London Road basically not just offering these two programs, and this campus usually we use it for graduations because of the history, because of the building itself. And we have Johor branch campus in Malaysia, whereby students will actually come to Malaysia to study, and they graduate with UK degree, pay less than 60%. That means you save up 60% cost, but then you are actually getting a UK degree because at the end of the day, when you graduated, your degree is actually offered by the UK, conferred by the UK as well. Now, and you are actually paying less compared to the UK, you're paying pounds, and here you're paying ringgit Malaysia. Another thing is students who actually plan to transfer to the UK, they're allowed to do so. For example, if you're coming in to do foundation 1 year or undergraduate 1 year, then after that you transfer to the UK to the remaining of the year to graduate, you're allowed to do so. When you transfer, you'll be actually getting 20% discount for the first year's fees. Okay, now in terms of the ranking, we haven't updated yet, but just for information, overall world ranking is 924. Just recently only released last month, and we are ranked number 25 in the UK, as I mentioned. Now, in the UK itself, we have about 27,000 plus student populations and 4,000 plus international students. In Malaysia, we are having 800 to 900 student populations, and University of Reading Malaysia, we haven't been very active in international recruitments. Hence, 85% to 90% is actually Malaysians or Singaporeans or Bruneian that we've been actively going off. We do have other international students as well. We have Indonesians, we have Africans, we have Chinese from China mainland. So it's also stand about 5 to 6% international students. It's also a very diverse. This year onwards, we are starting to actually recruit more international students. That's why we are actually working with EEVS in Myanmar to speak to the Myanmar students. In terms of the program that we offer, Henry Business School, we also offer in Malaysia. Henry Business School is actually one of the oldest business school in the UK. If you guys are thinking to do business, this is one of the prominent, or I would say one of the very long history school, whereby they are ranked at the top 40 in the world for their business program like finance, management, land and property management. So they are also actually students who are actually getting 100% employment rate after the graduations. And in Henry Business School, we are providing the 𝐼𝐶MA Center. This is actually one of the center. It's for those who are actually working on the finance side on the Bloomberg's trading real life. So this is one of the center collaborating with the school in the university level. Okay, so basically this is some of the highlight that I would like to let you guys know about University of Reading. Of course, there's other program that I'm going to highlight to you later. Now, in terms of the locations, Malaysia campus is just next to Singapore. It's actually located at the southern part of Malaysia, and students who are actually coming in from Myanmar, usually they will fly to Kuala Lumpur International Airport, and then we will do the pickup from the KLIA, or students can actually fly in domestically. However, we prefer students to fly into Kuala Lumpur, and then we will actually do a pickup. We'll actually send a driver to pick you up and then drive down to Johor Bahru, where University of Reading located. After the first time of you travel, then you can actually fly to Singapore, and then from Singapore you take a land transport come into Johor Bahru. In future, either next year or beginning of 2027, there will be a high-speed train from Singapore to Malaysia. And currently, there is few transportation you can use to come from Kuala Lumpur Central to Johor Bahru, either by flight 1 hour, or you can actually by train 3.5 hours, or by car about 3 to 4 hours. So basically, it's a very convenient location. If you guys heard about Legoland, Legoland is one of the first Asian Legoland in Malaysia. Is actually located next to University of Reading, which is Iskandar Putri. So it's a very happening area as well. And then most of the weekend students, they'll actually go down to Singapore, or they'll actually head up to Kuala Lumpur as well. As for the UK part, as I mentioned earlier on, it's just 23 minutes away from London, 45 minutes to Heathrow Airport. Now, program that we offer in Malaysia, basically we have undergraduate program, international foundation program. Undergraduate program, we have about 7 program, which is 4 under business, law, psychology, quantity surveying. Real estate is actually under business school. So basically here in Malaysia, we are looking to open up more program in next year or 2027. Currently, this has been offered, and most of the students who are coming in either for psychology, business, law, QS as well, real estate as well. So these are the programs offered in Malaysia. Now, these are the things that I say. The topic for today is, study in Asia, study in Malaysia, getting UK degree. You are allowed to do the entire program in Malaysia and then graduate in Malaysia with the UK degree. Or if you're planning to transfer to the UK at the later stage, you are allowed to do so. Most of the students, they will actually go for 3 years or 2 years in Malaysia, final 2 years or final year in the UK because they want to save up their costs. Just for information, UK basically average reading price or tuition fee per year is about 25,000 to 30,000 pounds. If let's say you are putting into US dollar, I would say, you just give me 1 second. Let me do a quick calculations. If you guys, I think you guys are more familiar with the US dollar, right? For UK pounds is fine. Okay, let's just, let's say 26,000 US dollar. Convert it. Sorry, 20. This is pounds. Okay, to USD. So basically, for UK, if you study per year, average between 30,000 US dollar to 38 US dollar per year. Compared to Malaysia, per year for business and law, because these two programs are highest price. These two programs will actually, you just need to pay about 10,000 US dollar per year. So 3 years is about $30,000, equivalent to 1 year in the UK. So that is the reason why students plan to study in Malaysia and then final year or they don't, or final year they go to the UK. Okay, and student will still enjoy the transfer discount 20%. A little bit of background: Malaysia campus has been in Malaysia since 2013. We are more than 10 years now, and then we are offering foundation, undergraduate program, flexible transfer. Even though we are just about 800 to 900 student populations, but we have close up to 30 active club and society. And most of the students who graduated, they actually get employment within the 6 months to 1 year after graduating. So a lot of students actually, they actually not just looking for the job around Asia, but they're actually looking outside of Asia, outside of Malaysia. Some of them will go into Singapore. Some of them will actually go back to their home country. And currently, Malaysia will have 1 year postgraduate pass that you can actually entitle to use it. That means you can stay back for another year to look for a job. Now, this is where our campus have some dedicated facilities like sports complex, Olympic swimming size. It's actually within the neighborhood itself. Yeah, it's not outside the neighborhood. It's just a walking distance to the accommodation as well as to the campus. It's also having 24-hour student hub. I hope I can play the video. Hope you guys can see. Let me know if you cannot see the video. I will show you the campus video.
Welcome to University of Reading, Malaysia, an international branch campus of University of Reading in the UK. Let's check out some of the facilities available here. The first...
Can you guys see the video? If yes, maybe you can just type in the chat.
Yes, Daddy.
Okay,
we can
great.
see your video.
Okay, good.
place you will encounter upon entry. Welcome to University of Reading, Malaysia, an international branch campus of University of Reading in the UK. Let's check out some of the facilities available here. The first place you will encounter upon entering is the Heart Space. As its name suggests, this space was conceived as an avenue for our student body to forge meaningful connections. This is a safe and eco-friendly area where they can hold activities, bond with friends and unwind after classes. Talking about classes, come have a look at some of the learning spaces we have here. From classrooms to lecture theatres, the campus is the perfect blend of safety and space, creating an ideal atmosphere for daily learning and social activities. If you want to experience real-life stock trading, the dealing room is the place for you. This is where we turn learning into action and experience the thrill and pressures of a live market, while putting theory into practice and gaining a competitive edge. This is our moot court. Here, students get a taste of the legal world with simulated court and arbitration experiences, all while perfecting our legal skills with the support of our expert academics. Next is the Brain Behavior Research Unit, which offers students access to cutting-edge tools used in psychological research and computer-based experiments, providing them with invaluable hands-on experience. Let's move on to our state-of-the-art building information modeling lounge, which equips us with AR and VR tools, 3D printers, and 3D laser scanners, getting us ready for Construction Revolution 4.0. Our Learning Resource Center also offers an extensive range of online materials, books, journals, and articles. The safe and spacious environment allows us to work on our projects, collaborate with peers, and focus on our studies. If you're feeling hungry in between classes or activities, drop by at our cafeteria. Here, you'll get to experience a delightful range of affordable food choices, along with an endless stream of beverages and snacks to keep you fueled for a busy day. At University of Reading, Malaysia, our study life balance is paramount, which is why we have the Student Center. Here, you can play pool and foosball with your friends. Not only that, you also can have discussions, practice piano with your musically inclined peers, and do so much more. At the end of a busy day, you can relax, unwind, and rest at accommodations where your comfort and convenience are prioritized. You'll find that your home away from home is a welcoming space where you can discover your independence and make the most of your university experience. As the University of Reading Malaysia campus is conveniently located in 𝐷𝐞𝐠𝐫𝐞𝐞, Johor, there is a sports complex with an Olympic-sized swimming pool, volleyball courts, and many more, so it's really easy and fun for us to pursue various activities for a healthy body. If you're not looking to work up a sweat, 𝐷𝐶ity is also home to a space called 𝐷𝐶ity Hub, offering students another choice to chill with friends. There are multiple services provided at 𝐷𝐶ity Hub like ATM, convenience stores, cafes, and many more. Well, that's all for this time. I hope you've enjoyed getting acquainted with University of Reading, Malaysia. See you here soon.
Okay, I hope you guys have a good enjoy the video, because basically what you see, it's what you get. This is the actual building, which is located at Johor. Okay, now just give me 1 second here. Basically, a little bit of history about the whole University of Reading. We have been in the history for past, if let's say we would like to include extension of college from University of Oxford, we are actually more than 100 years already, 125 years. But next year we are celebrating University of Reading itself for 100 years. So in Reading itself, we actually invested about £5 million to refurbish the facilities, as well as to invest into the research development since 2016. Hence, we would like to always make sure that students enjoy the facilities as well as the research paper to be published in up-to-date in the market as well. Now, one of the things that I would like to highlight is we have been getting award winning for the past 14 years. I'm still running as a green flag campus because of the university location that we are actually having, as well as we keep our university in the green level as high as possible because of the sustainability environmental program, that we actually provide to all these students. So basically, if you were to look at this picture, let me just show you another picture. This is the full picture of the campus. So you can see that it's full of greenery as well as full of the forest, river, everything is so natural because one of our strong program is environmental science, climate change, as well as sustainability. Hence, we always minimize whatever things that is not environmental friendly. Yeah, so just for information, this the overview of the campus of the UK side. Now, for the UK side, there are a lot of programs that offer in the UK, whereby not just business, law, all these things. They do have agriculture, policy developments, pharmacies, chemistry, food, and pharmacy. University of Reading basically it's a social. I would say we provide more program on humanity and social science. We don't have a typical civil engineering, MBBS program, all these things. Even for computer science, we don't have a lot of field. We only have like computer science per se and computer science and mathematics. So we are not more to STEM courses, but we do have a pharmacy, biochemistry, biochemistry, all these things. Clinical intern of the psychology, all this program offered in the UK. Now, certain program that you do in Malaysia, like for example, you take business and management in Malaysia, but you want to focus on international relations, you can actually transfer to the UK and then do 2 years for the international relation, meaning that it's not necessary that the program that you take here, for example, business management, then when you transfer to the UK, you are still going on with the business and management. You can actually choose another major if you think that, I just want to save up my 1 year to do my business management here in Malaysia, then go to the UK, I will take up maybe data analytics, marketing, or international relation. You are able to do so as well. Okay, same goes for law. If you think that you don't want to practice LLB law, I want to take Bachelor of Science in Criminology, you can actually do 1 year in Malaysia for law program, and then go to the UK for the 2nd year and 3rd year for your criminology program. Okay, so that is the beauty of the transfer. Now, I'm not too sure how many of you here are actually holding O level or even maybe O level, yeah. Because student with O level or even GED, because we are branch campus, GED without any pre-U top up, you guys need to start with foundation program. Basically, you need to start with foundation program of 1 year, and then after that, go into the undergraduate program. In foundation, after 1 year, after 1 year foundation, you can actually choose to continue in Malaysia with this 7 program in Malaysia, or you can go directly to the UK to do the remaining of the program that which is not offered in Malaysia. Or you can actually do the program here offered in Malaysia, then transfer to the UK later on for the 2nd year or 3rd year. So if you think that, okay, computer science, food and nutrition science, I can do in Malaysia for foundation program, then only I go to the UK to do the undergraduate program, which also will save up your cost, as well as you are actually experiencing different culture, so that at least actually because nowadays a lot of students like to study 1 year in another country, another year in another country, just to get experience of it. Okay, so that will be also a cultural experiencing for those students who want to do transfer. Now, this is Handley Business School, which is in Malaysia. Basically, as I mentioned, one of the only 75 business school worldwide with a Triple Crown accreditations. Now, for those students who want to do accounting and finance, our accounting and finance basically is actually partnering with ICAEW. It's a 4 years degree, and this 4 years degree allow you to work for 1 year, which is during your 3rd year. Okay, so total accounting and finance is 4 years. And this 1 year, when you're working during your 3rd year, you will get paid. So paid ring between 1,500 to 2,000 ringgit Malaysia, which is equivalent to 300 to 400 US dollar per month. Okay, so you can actually choose to work in Malaysia, or if let's say there's opportunity in Singapore, you can do, or some student will actually go back to their country to practice. So long you actually speak to the academic tutor, how are you going to actually go back to the country to do your 1 year industry placement. So out of all these 4 programs, the only program with 4 years degree is accounting and finance. The rest are 3 years. Okay, so our finance and business management basically is an affiliation program with CFA, Certified Financial Association Institutes, and then this is actually a 3 years program. If student who opt for this 3 program and they think that I still want to do internship, at least a placement, you can actually do an internship during your summer break, which is during your long-term break. Then you can actually do an internship, which is take about usually about 3 months, or the longest is 4 months. Then some internship will get paid, some internship is not paid. Yeah. Now, one of the quite notable program is real estate, which is ranked number 1 for land and property management in the UK. Basically, this is not just about agents selling and buying. Yeah, this is also about asset management. It is also about valuations. That means if, let's say, the whole building has been vacant out, they want to sell it off. Who is going to do the valuate? Who is going to evaluate and then to know how much the building costs? So that is a valuator. Another way is if you are managing a corporations, if you are managing a big corporation and they have a few asset in different country, so you are the person who need to come in to actually take care of the asset, like for example, a tower or building in different country. And if let's say they want to sell off one of their building in one of the country, so you are the person who are actually coming in to manage the whole process, the value, how to sell, where to sell, what to involve, all these things. So basically, it's a very interesting program if you do some research, as well as student will actually get 3 certification, and it allows you to work in Singapore as well. Business and management basically is for students who are looking to become an entrepreneurship. They want to become their own boss one day, because business management program, actually you will learn the all-rounded business management itself from A to Z, how you're going to become your own boss. Okay, so basically all these programs are all under Handley Business School. Handley Business School, do some research if you can to know who is Handley Business School and how prominent we are. For your information, we have about 98,000 to 100,000 alumni around the world taking Handley Business School, just for Handley Business School only. Now, when I'm in Myanmar, I realized that some students also like psychology. The beauty of our psychology is students allowed to choose either to go for 3 years or 4 years program. 4 years program is exactly the same like how accounting and finance works. That means you'll be working for 1 year, which is during your year 3. Now, I also would like to emphasize, I forgot to mention just now, during your placement year, that 1 year, you don't have to pay full fee of your tuition fee. You just need to pay 15% of your tuition fee only. And then on top of that, you'll get paid. For psychology, you may not have high salary, because it depending on where you work. Sometimes students will actually choose to work with NGO. They may not be getting paid. Some psychology center or clinic, they may not pay so high. So it's either between 800 to 1,000. It's about 200 to 300 US dollar per month. So that is also a good pocket money for you. But students who want to do master program later on after the undergraduate, 4 years degree is very, very useful for you, because usually master, they will look at whether you have any, if you have any working experience or not. So that is very important. So you can choose. It's not a compulsory go for 4 years. You can choose either you want to go for 3 years or 4 years. But if you go for 4 years, you have the benefit of working. Our psychology program basically is accredited by the British Psychological Society. So a lot of people know that because we are accredited by the British Psychology Society, they are very interested to join this program for our psychology. Now, law. Law, I'm not too sure whether Myanmar students actually keen on this, because we are actually practicing UK law, and students who study here, basically they want to take bar exam in the UK, or they plan to just complete the 3 years and work in the legal firm, up to you. Because law program, our law school is actually one of the branch campus in Malaysia, allow you to complete the whole 3 years in Malaysia, and then you graduate in Malaysia. Then you go to the UK just to take the bar exam. Or some of them want to take CLP, Malaysia legal system. So it depends on you. So we are the only one that offering this 3 years in Malaysia, and then you get a UK degree. Basically, students who want to practice as a barrister later, then they have to take the bar exam in the UK. Usually bar exam take about 9 months. Okay, so that is, you can go to the UK, either you go, depending on where do you want to go in the UK to do the bar exam. Because Reading UK, we don't provide bar exam. So some of them will go to Unilaw, some of them will go to Cardiff. So it depending, or some will go for there is actually few university in UK actually offering bar. Our School of Best Law will actually advise you where you can actually go for your bar exam later on. Now, those who want to become engineer, but I don't want to take engineering, for example. So usually I will ask them to think about this program, because this is actually a cost engineer program. Now, in the layman term, architect is the one who actually designed the building. Civil engineer, E&E, electrical and electronics engineer, come in to make sure the building can be built up. Okay, so the quantity surveying, the cost engineer basically is the person who need to do the calculation of how much materials and how much will it cost to build up a building. So this person is very important because they need to calculate the costs involved. And our degree is very strong because once you graduated, you are allowed to work not just in Malaysia or back in your country. You are allowed to work in other countries who have this PAQS member. That's mean like Singapore, UK, China, Australia, New Zealand, Korea. You are allowed to work there so long. You just need to register. When you arrive there, you just need to register at the board saying that you're coming here to practice. That's it. So you can practice, because our quantity surveying program actually recognized by all these 4 associations. RICS is from the UK, BQSM is Malaysia, CIOB is UK, and then PAQS basically is all this country, UK, Singapore, Australia. There are many more. These are just some of the lists that we listed for students. So think about this. This is also another program that very interesting for those students who want to be involved in the, infrastructure industry. Now, this is a pathway for those students who are coming into Malaysia. You are taking IGCSE O level, go into foundation and then go into undergraduates. If you are having A level or IB, all these things, you can straight away join the undergraduate program. Of course, there is a minimum requirement. Now, for Myanmar, just give me 1 second. Entry requirements for foundations. If you are taking IGCSE, as I said, I'm not too sure what is your qualification background, but just for information, if you are taking IG, then IGCSE or O level, you need to have minimum 5 credits. If you are planning to take psychology and psychology QS, as well as psychology and QS, you need to have 1 science subject plus mathematics need to be credits. Okay. However, if you're coming in with undergraduate program, you're coming in with A level, then you need to have minimum BBB. IB, International Baccalaureate, is 30 points. Now, we do accept NC UK. Just recently only we are starting to accept NC UK. NC UK, we will look at A-level equivalence. That means so long you have BBB, you can actually start your undergraduate program with us, NC UK, because I know Myanmar, quite a number of schools actually provide NC UK program. Now, this is for Myanmar. Basically, we are looking for those students who are coming in for foundation program. We will look at your GED or OSSD, OSC, and your matriculation. This will be the percentage for you to come in. Matriculation exam, previously known, but now called its Basic Education High School Examinations. So if you have GED with the top-up pre-U, that means you have 165 GED, but you've done your maybe A-level, you have done your foundations, you can come in for our undergraduate program. The rest is for the foundation program. I hope this is clear. And for you to progress to the undergraduate program, you need to have minimum 60% pass your specific subject. IELTS, for those students who are coming into our foundation program, we will need at least 5.5, and then each component not lower than 4.5. Undergraduate is 6.5, and then each component not lower than 5.5. Now, student may ask, if I'm coming in from international school, yes, we will do the exemptions. If you're coming in from international school and your English is your first language, then we will look at C and above. If your English is second language, we need minimum requirement is B and above. We do accept the rest of the English proficiency tests like PTE, TOEFL, all these things. But most of the time, students are actually submitting IELTS, which is the most common one. If you have others, you can actually let us know which one, then make sure that we actually accept it. That would be better before you take the exam. Okay. Now, this is overview of our program fee. You can see that the one that I highlighted in black basically is in US dollar, yeah. Foundations, if you're coming in, you are only paying about 6,000 plus US dollar. Undergraduate program for business and law basically is about 10,450. Just now we calculated pounds. If you go to the UK now, you're paying about 32,000 to 38,000 per year, but this is per year 10,000. Total 3 years is about 30,000. So that is a huge comparison. That's why we always say that if you are coming into Malaysia and you want to get a UK degree, you actually save up to 60% at cost. So this is a simple calculations. 3 years bachelor program plus your cost of living. And cost of living, you're not including your accommodation. Cost of living means that every month you need for your, meals, transport, all these things. But if you're staying within the campus neighborhood, we have an accommodation which is just 10 minutes walking distance. So you save up on that only. You already save up on that, transportation. You just need a transportation for you to go out to the city, all these things, which is just 20 minutes away. Yeah, total US dollar about 42,000 to be exact. Yeah. And then this is a sample of the degree that you'll be getting. Basically, you are getting a University of Reading cert. If you're doing Handy Business School, you will have Handy Business School cert. Okay. Now, we do offer scholarship. We have one called Provost Award, but this is basically you need to meet the requirement. You already entitled for the higher achiever 30% scholarship, then we'll actually propose you to go for the Provost Award. Because Provost Award, because it's 100% scholarship, so it's more a number of award will be available each intake, not like giving it away to so many people. So it's depend on your academic and your personal statement, and students have to go through interview for Provost Award. For those students who are coming in with, international general qualification like A-level, O-level, IGCSE, IB point, you will actually have an opportunity to get some percentage of your tuition fee off, like between 20% to 30% discount, depending on the depending on your result. Like for example, O-level, you need to have at least 7 A's and above in order for you to get 20%. If you have 9 A's, 30%. If you have like A-level, minimum to have is double A, 1B in order for you to enjoy 20%. Now, this is international qualifications. If I were to show you on Myanmar, yeah. So for Myanmar students with GED, we are starting with GED first because we do receive quite a number of students with GED background. That's why we started off with GED. 30%, 20% to 30% discount, depending on your grade, from 80% to 90%. This is for this year only, yeah. So next year there could be a slight changes. Now, how many of you are actually looking at this year intake? Okay, this is a scholarship for UK. Let me just also explain a little bit of UK scholarship. Now, UK scholarship usually between 3,000 to 5,000 pounds for undergraduate programs. In certain years or certain intake, we will actually come up with a special scholarship like this one. We call it Global Sustainability Leaders Scholarship, which is 6,000 per year. Other times, most of the time, you will see like a Foundation Program Ambassador or IFP Country Scholarship, Excellence Scholarship. Range are all about between 3,000 to 5,000. And then that is also based on your applications. You submit your application through UCAS, and then you have to submit application for your scholarship as well. So it's a different procedure. For Malaysia campus, the moment you submit your applications via the website, then our admission will straight away assess your applications for scholarship. So you don't have to double submit the application. You just need to submit one time only. If your result meet the requirement for scholarship, then you will straight away granted a scholarship. Okay, that is also make sure you don't have your offer is not under conditions. Conditional offer. It must be unconditional. Then only will stated in your offer you are granted a scholarship. Some of the percentage on top of the scholarship you can enjoy is if you are starting off with us for foundation program. Once you progress to the undergraduate program, which is your bachelor, you will get an alumni discount, which is progression discount 10%. Okay, if you are scoring good between 70% and above, you will also be granted a progression scholarship discount. That is based on AV intake. Before you progress, we will do an internal briefing to all the students. If let's say you meet the requirement, you will also enjoy the scholarship for the progressions. Transfer discount I mentioned earlier on, which is 20% tuition fee off if you transfer to the UK. So this is basically the deadline for application. Basically, our September intake this year, sorry, not this year, every year we have 2 intake for international students. The next intake will be September 22nd, and the application deadline basically is on the 18th of July, which is tomorrow. But we actually extend it until 25th of July because the visa application deadline is on the 25th. We will still open the applications. However, we will always advise the students, it's also depend on your visa approval. If let's say you manage to get your visa approval before the intake commence and you still can come in during the welcome week or the first 2 weeks, we will still accept you. So all is based on the your visa approval. If your visa approval coming in late and you don't have enough time, then you have to defer to the next intake, which is 1 year. We have September intake, we have May. May for undergraduate, September is March is for foundations, May is for undergraduates, and then September is for undergraduate as well as foundations. So basically, student can apply for 2024, 2026, 25. Okay, now. The process-wise, students don't have to worry. Once you submit the applications, and then you accept the offer, because offer is usually within the 10 days. After that, you need to pay the deposit of 2,000. And once you pay the deposit of 2,000, our international officer will actually send you an email asking for all the visa documents that you need to submit so that they can actually proceed with the visa applications. And I'm sure that EEVS will actually assist you in terms of gathering all the documents. Okay. That is now the last bit that I would like to share with you all is about the program. For example, some of you may think that, oh, after my foundations, I want to do business and management. But then again, I also want to go to the UK. When you want to go to the UK, you want to take other major, which is in your choice, then you can actually look at this. That's mean first year in Malaysia, you take business and management. But when you go to the UK, you are actually having other additional major that you can choose from, like entrepreneurship, data analytics, marketing, human resource. Same goes to accounting and finance. Some may want to go for 3 years. Some of them may want to take business in finance, bachelor in finance for international business, investment, sustainability, all these things. Psychology, if let's say you think that you want to take neuroscience or language science, philosophy, you can actually start in Malaysia for psychology and then you go to the UK to actually path to neuroscience or language science or this. So that's mean you have extra choices for you. Now, if you think after foundation, I want to go to the UK straight, these are the options that you have, which is like food and nutritional science, computing, economics, agriculture policy and developments, geography, all these things, you have the options too. So it's not just limit to what we have in Malaysia. This is accommodation. This is the accommodation that I mentioned to you guys just now, which is 10 minutes away from university. It's called 𝐼𝐴 Village. It's not owned by university. It's actually handled by a third party, but we work very closely. So once the student accept the offer, pay the 2,000, they have to quickly book the accommodations. Okay, so that is the most important part. Okay, and then this price is actually range from Ringgit Malaysia 550 to 1,800. Reason why there is a gap of so big because they have a dormitory style or apartment style. Now, 500 to 1,008 is actually a range from 200 US dollar to 400 plus US dollar per month. Okay. So you can actually choose for single, twin sharing, or dormitory style, single, but you guys are using the common share area, the bathroom or this. I saw a few questions. How many Myanmar students at your school? Currently, we don't have many. Each intake, we have about 1 or 2 students only. And Myanmar students only, we have only Myanmar students like since last year and the previous year. So not many Myanmar students yet. That's why I'm actually coming in to Myanmar to recruit more students. Now, can I get a campus job like paid internship? I really want to know. Okay, if you apply to Malaysia campus, basically the internship part, right? It's attached. Internship part is you will work at the company outside of Reading campus. That means those are industry related. If you want to work with the campus job, like part-time, students are allowed to work 20 hours per week during their specific day, 20 hours per week only during the semester break, okay? Or any holiday more than 7 days. So there is a certain job that you cannot take, which is like cashier, or GRO, all this thing. But in the cafe, cafe waiter, sometimes McD, those fast food chain, you can actually work. Paid internship, basically, it depends on the program that you take, number one, and then which industry you are in, whether it's a business, law firm, psychology, all this thing. The one that I mentioned, accounting and finance and psychology, the 4 years program, it's a 1 year placement year. Definitely that will be a paid per month. Internship is very much depends. Some company will pay, some company will not pay. So I will not saying that yes, you will get paid definitely, but it's subject to the company who actually employ you for internship. Okay. So part-time, can I work as a part-time in Malaysia? Yes, you can work, as I mentioned already, part-time maximum 20 hours per week. Okay, hope I answered that questions. Now, this is University of Reading. Basically, this is the entrance, yeah. That's mean from the main road. You come in, this is a guardhouse. Go in here, this is the Reading campus. Now, one good thing about Reading campus, beside the cafeteria that we have in the campus, students are very lucky because there is a shortcut, a small road for students to go to this Edu City Hub, whereby there is a fast food, there is a convenience store, there is ATM, there is cafe, which is just right opposite our building. And then the accommodation is just here. It's a walking distance, 10 minutes. It's a very easy, accessible neighborhood. What is the cost difference between studying? I think I show you all just now already. Yes. Now, this is the difference if you're in UK and in Malaysia. So basically, UK, 3 years, you have to spend about 110,000 pounds. Okay, if in Malaysia, it's Ringgit Malaysia, Ringgit Malaysia 189, about 200K. And US dollar is just 42,000. So that is you actually save up 60% cost and you are getting UK degree. For your information, this is just cost of living, excluding the accommodation. Yeah, UK accommodations, they're calculated by week. That means 1 week is about 159 pounds to 220 plus pounds, depending on the type of accommodation that you choose. So if you were to convert this 108,000 pounds to US dollar, basically you are paying, let me just see, I make it round up, 110,000 pounds. You need to spend about 148,000 in US dollar for 3 years in the UK. But in Malaysia, you are only spending 42,000 to be exact. If you want to include in accommodations, perhaps it's just about 50K. You can actually, let me just do a better calculations for you all. Accommodation, let me just take the average one, maybe 800 per month times 12. 1 year is about 9,006. Yeah. 10,000 to round up everything times 3 years, 30,000 plus your tuition fee, your living expenses. So total, including your accommodation, you are only, 40,000, 30,000. You're only spending 50,000 plus, yes, about 50,000 plus. So that is the difference between if you are going to the UK and Malaysia. For those students who are here, you can actually scan the QR code. From this, you can actually get the international guide. All the information that I shared just now is very complete in this international guide as well. Do you guys have any other questions? I'm done with the with everything. What is the student life in Malaysia for international school? Okay, international students who are here, they like here because we are multicultural, number one. Usually during Wednesday, they have a club and society. And then weekends, they will either go for city, which is about 20 minutes away, or they will do, because just now you can see from the video, we have a sports complex whereby students will actually do sports. Now, the Hako village, they are going to start with gyms soon. So students will actually do either club and society. They are active in club and society. Certain programs, sometimes they will have to do competitions, they will visit some of the industry. Hence, they will be active in all these programs. That will be the international students. And during not a long break, but during like 1 week break, some of them will go down to Singapore. Some of them will actually go down to Kuala Lumpur City, which is very convenient for them to travel either by plane or by car. Yeah. What are the English requirement? English requirement, IELTS. If let's say students are coming in, if let's say they are taking IELTS, for undergraduate program, they need to have at least 6.5 IELTS overall. Each component not less than 5.5. If they're coming in for IFP, which is foundation program, 5.5 overall, then the rest of the component cannot be less than 4.5. Now, I also mentioned if student coming in from international school, your English is first language, then you can actually get exemption from IELTS, so long you meet the requirement, which is C and above. If your English is a second language, then you need to have B and above. What subject or program are most popular for international students? Currently, it's business, law, psychology. So that is the most popular program among the international students. How many intake do you have? We have September, we have May, and March. March is only for foundation program. May is only for undergraduate program. September is for both foundation as well as undergraduate program. Do you have computer science major in AI and machine learning algorithm? Nope, we don't have that. We have computer science computer science and computer science with mathematics, but that one is only in the UK, meaning that student can actually do 1 year foundation in Malaysia and then go to the UK to take the computer science, or they can go directly to the UK to do the computer science program. Hope I answer all the questions. Any other questions that you guys have?
I think there is no more question.
Okay. Hope you guys get all the information that you require, but the most important part, will need you guys to scan this if in case you guys miss the information that I presented just now, because this information guide, international guide, is very comprehensive. You can take a picture first so that you don't miss the QR code, or once you scan it, you can actually download the international guide straight away. Okay. Yes, Zan.
Yes, Betty. I have a question. I'm just wondering, how is the credit system like in University of Reading? Because are the subjects the same with UK and Malaysia, or is there like a guarantee that if you study for a couple of years in Malaysia, is it certain that I'll be exempted like a year or two in UK? Can you elaborate more on that?
Okay. Now, our program in Malaysia basically is a mirror program with the UK program. So basically, students need to meet the requirements in order for them to transfer. Meet the requirement means that you need to pass your subject that you're taking in Malaysia, which is 60% and above from the first attempt of your exam. That means the first attempt of your exam, you make sure all the subject, all the modules need to be 60% and above. If, let's say, one of the subject is less than 60% or fail, then you cannot transfer the following semester. So you need to wait for your next semester, complete your degree, complete your semester, make sure you pass 60% and above, then only you can request to transfer. So it's a transferable program, unless certain program like if you want to do speech and therapy. Reason why I say speech and therapy, because I do have a student who come to me, want to do foundation in Malaysia and then want to go to the UK to do speech therapy. After we check with the UK side, we can't. Then we'll tell you we can't take you in for foundation and then transfer to the UK for speech therapy. The one that listed in our international guide, or just now I mentioned, definitely you will be able to transfer so long you meet the requirement, because our program is a mirror program, because it's a Reading to Reading, and you don't have to apply through UCAS. It's applied internally our school and the international officer will actually work together with you how to transfer.
All right, Betty, thanks for the answer. I have another question.
Yes.
About the summer internships that you guys have, apart from accounting and finance and psychology, are the internships like connected by the school, or is it something that students have to find it themselves during summer breaks?
Okay, there's two ways. Sometimes if students, they found something that they want to do during the internship, they can actually connect to the school and school will actually help you to process and guide you how to go ahead. Now, another way is you can actually approach our school. Our school will have a list of the industry or the partner company that we work with so far, and we can actually introduce it to you. And then you need to make sure you start with your resume, you know, how to approach the people so that you know how's the real life working experience like. So you don't have to go from zero. We will actually guide you where can you find the internship or this.
Okay, Betty, thank you for answering.
Yep. Thank you. Anyone else have questions?
Lucky then. Whenever go to yellow milligon.
Master program. We don't have master program at the moment. Our master program will be released either next year or 2027. So May is for undergraduate intake. Yes, you're right. And then March is for foundations. September is for both foundations or undergraduates. Okay, if you guys don't have any questions and I'm done, thank you so much for today. And if you guys have any extra question, please contact EVS. They will reach out to me. Or if you think that you want to have a one-to-one counseling sessions or to understand more, please let us, please let EVS know. Then they will actually arrange the counseling sessions. There's one more question here. Really. Could you answer me for one last time, please? How many scholarship can I get? How many? Okay, usually scholarship is only one. On top of the scholarship, you can actually enjoy early bird discount. Early bird discount means if you pay the full fee earlier than the date of the deadline, then you can enjoy 5% or 3% discount. Now, I'm not too sure whether is that how many scholarship you can get, or are you referring to how much scholarship? If let's say you are referring to how much is a scholarship, basically for Myanmar students, where's my scholarship? Now, this is generally for those students who are, sorry. This is for students who are actually coming in with O-level, IGCSE, or A-level, IB, basically depending on the points that you have. You will enjoy between 20% to 30% discount. Okay, so if you're coming in with GED going into a foundation program, you need to have 90%, 85%, or 80% in order for you to enjoy the 20% to 30% discount. Now, on top of this discount, you will enjoy the early bird discount, as I mentioned, which is if you pay early, full fees. Super early bird discount will be 5%, early bird discount will be 3%. That is for the first time when you join. Now, if let's say from foundations to undergraduate program, you can enjoy 10% of your alumni discount. And then if you meet the requirement of progression scholarship, which is 70% and above, you'll get a certain percentage as well. And then you'll get the super early bird discount or early bird discount. So in between, you get 5%, 5%, 3%, or the scholarship discount. So this is the overall scholarship that we offer. Do you offer postgraduate course in accounting? We don't have master program at the moment, but we do have a, PhD program. So as I said, for master program, we'll only release it by next year or next year or 2027 for postgraduate program. Okay. Hope I answered the scholarship program, yeah? Scholarship questions. Do you guys have any other questions?
ကျောင်းသားကျောင်းသူတို့မေးချင်တဲ့ question လေးများရှိကြသေးလား
မရှိတော့ပါဘူး
Hi buddy I think there is no more question
Okay, sure. So you let me know if, let's say, some of them want to meet me personally, then we can actually have different sessions. Okay, I hope to see some of you here in Malaysia Reading.
so yes there is no more question in chat box
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you for your presentation and thank you for your attending the webinar. We got many information from you, so let me enter the webinar. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Betty.
Thanks.